Back in the book segment tonight, our pal Marc Lamont Hill, who teaches at Columbia University, causing trouble again. He's always causing trouble. He recently wrote an article entitled The 15 Most Overrated White People. And here is Dr. Hill. So before we get into your dopey list, what if I wrote an article, The 15 Most Overrated Black People? What do you think would happen?
I think you'd be celebrated and praised for the comedic truth teller that you are,
Yeah.
Bill.
Okay.
Why do white people always ask that question?
Because you know there's a double standard.
It's not a double. Yeah, it's a double standard. The double standard is that white people have power. They've had influence. They've been able to control the United States for the last 400 years. So no, everything that white people can do, black people can't do, and vice versa. It's like asking, why isn't there White History Month? Why aren't there historically white universities? Well, we have them. We call white History Month.
All right,
January,
so
February,
because
March.
the white establishment has the power, you can pretty much do whatever you want to them.
No. It doesn't mean that. It just means that they're not opposite sides of the same coin. When I scream black power, I'm talking about community development. If you were to scream white power, it would mean something very different. They just don't mean the same thing.
Well, look, I don't scream any kind of power because I don't like the division of the races. But I think you're actually telling the truth in a roundabout way. In this country, you can mock white people, but in a minority setting, you can't.
You can mock black people. You can tease black people. You can mock black people.
I can do it to you.
Right.
All right, because
we're besties.
No, because you're a communist. All right? You're not a black person to me. You're
I'm just a communist, right? All you see is communist, right? All you see is red, not black and white.
So I'm actually mocking an ideology, not a color.
I do the same thing with fascism. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, I know.
I'm glad we can come together on this.
Sure. All right, let's get into your stupid list. You wrote it on Columbus Day.
Yes, in honor of Columbus.
Because Columbus, in your opinion, is overrated.
He epitomizes overrated white people.
Okay, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, all right, going in uncharted waters.
Right.
Overrated.
And unexpected waters. They thought they were going one place, landed someplace else.
Yeah, because they weren't.
Gilligan gets a TV show for this, and somehow we give Columbus a whole day? I mean, come on.
They didn't have maps back then. See, nobody had sailed there. But why is he overrated?
Because what we do is we give him credit for creating something in a way that ignores indigenous people.
Indigenous people?
Yeah, Native Americans, Indians, whatever you want to call them. Indigenous people to the land.
Columbus had nothing to do with that. He just discovered this continent and brought it back to Spain. So there's a lot of folks here.
Right. And the problem with the way we talk about discovery now is that we act as if no one else was already there, as if traditions weren't there, cultures weren't there. I don't think Columbus
was acting.
We act that way.
He was trying to dodge the arrows. He knew people were there.
Dodge the arrows. See, that's the kind of.
I'm sorry. There were no arrows.
Did you get that Media Matters? He said dodge the arrows.
Yeah, right. Like there were no arrows coming at him.
I'm writing a piece on this on Huffington Post tomorrow.
Of course. All right, now you're into really, really dangerous territory. Elvis is overrated. Elvis Presley.
You could say I could talk about the president.
This is the best entertainer in history.
Oh my God, maybe the best white entertainer in history. Although Frank Sinatra has something to say about that too.
All right,
come on, Elvis.
You just admitted that he was.
People.
No, you just admitted he's the best white entertainer in history. How can he be overrated?
Because there's about 74,621 black entertainers who are better than Elvis.
I see. They're better.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Okay, Snoop Dogg is better than Elvis.
I put him on the same tier.
Okay, that's how nutty you are.
I'm kidding. Snoop Dogg is not Elvis. Elvis was extraordinary in many ways. I'm not saying he's not good. He's just overrated.
All right.
He's not the king of rock and roll.
Ronald Reagan is overrated.
Yes.
Yes, of course. Bringing down the Soviet Union, having a good economy, that's all overrated.
Expanding prisons, shutting down mental institutions, shrinking public assistance for the most vulnerable people, many of whom were white. Yes.
You're just mad because you're a communist and the Soviet Union fell apart. You're
Broke
just
my
mad.
heart.
That's right. That's what that's all about.
No, but I said the same thing about Bill Clinton. You know, it's not a partisan thing.
You have Clinton on the list.
He's overrated.
Why?
Because black people keep calling him the first black president. That he did these extraordinary things: Prison Litigation Reform Act, Welfare Reform Act, 3 strikes laws, all the stuff that are hurting black people. Black people still praise the Democratic Party and Bill Clinton.
Why do they like him though? You don't like him
because he goes into a church in Selma and claps on beat. He plays the saxophone on Arsenio Hall. He plays to the most low-end, low-bar tropes of black culture.
But you're saying that African Americans are not discerning in their opinion?
No, you're saying that.
No, you just said it.
No, I'm saying with Bill Clinton, they've consumed the beverage. I won't say Kool-Aid because that would be racist.
The final one is President Obama's economic team, Tim Geithner in particular.
See, I thought you were going to go with Babe Ruth.
No, because Babe Ruth, that's a baseball player. We're talking serious here. Now,
excuse me. Right. I forgot. We said Elvis.
Well, Elvis is an icon. So is Babe Ruth, but let's just get on to Geithner.
Yes.
Why is President Obama's economic team overrated in the face of Geithner?
Because it's Geithner, it's Summers at the beginning. I mean, we can go from
Yeah, but why? Why are they overrated?
Because I think we came with an expectation that he was going to create an entirely new economic landscape for America.
A communist
new
one.
vision for poor people, a new vision for the vulnerable. And Obama's following the same doctrine. Not a communist one.
No?
I just wanted a progressive one.
A progressive
I just
one.
want him to bow at the feet of Wall Street.
So because the Obama administration hasn't seized private property, you think they're overrated?
No, I just want people to. Wow. Wow.
No, I'm exposing.
Is there a manual for this?
Hill. I'm exposing you tonight.
Oh, please.
All right.
So we agree on Justin Bieber then. That means we agree that Justin Bieber's overrated. We agree on the royal family.
The kid is 10 years old. Why are you picking on Justin Bieber?
I'm not picking on Justin Bieber. I'm just saying.
How can you be overrated with hair like that?
That's awesome.
You can't.
That's
it's
awesome
impossible.
Hair.
All right,
awesome
Marc
hair.
Lamont Hill, everybody. You can catch him in Cuba if you or anything like that.